Okay. I would like to answer 3 questions I made about 9/11, um, and I will um, I will make 3 recordings and put them together in one one audio, but it will be 3 separate recordings, for one for each question. So this is the first question I will try to answer, and the question I will answer is, what are your 3 strongest bits of evidence for the position you have on 9/11? So I will say what strongest bits of evidence for my position is on 9/11, and the first the first bit of evidence I would like to mention is all the warnings that Arabs or Al-Qaeda or Osama bin Laden would attack the US before the attacks happened. As the 9/11 Commission report stated, the system was blinking red. So you had warnings from several different countries, including Russia. So Putin actually called the US and said that he expected an attack to happen. I don't know exactly what words he used, but he had seen that a high leader in Afghanistan had been assassinated, and he, like the Republican Dana Bashir, I don't know if I can pronounce his name correctly, but Dana Bashir also warned about an attack after this man in Afghanistan was murdered. I think it was Masood, that was his name. But yeah, you have many warnings from Al-Qaeda and or for Al-Qaeda, for an Al-Qaeda attack, or that Arabs would attack. It was just many warnings that indicated that a big attack would happen. Would happen. Sorry. So that is my first bit of evidence. My second bit of evidence is all the physical evidence that was found after the attacks. The evidence of planes, the evidence of people, the evidence of artifacts, stuff that they had with them, the manual, or not manual, but the instructions for the last night that was found in Mom and Atta's luggage, the flight manifests of each plane that show the hijackers present on the planes, and such things. The third bit of evidence I would lean on is all the confession videos that the hijackers made. So I think we have like 9 of the 19 hijackers. They made testament videos in different forms, and 9 out of 19. That's fairly strong, I think. So that, combined with the admissions of Osama bin Laden, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, and Ramzi bin al-Shibh, is very compelling to me. So those are my main points, and I will just add a 4th bit of evidence also. Bin al-Shibh, he can be proven through court exhibits to have wired money to the hijackers, and he also was a known Al-Qaeda operative prior to 9/11, and that shows you a direct link that is proven through copies of his wire transfers to the hijackers, and the hijackers were, as I said, they were proven to be on the flights. So there you have like a red thread going directly from Al-Qaeda via Bin al-Shib to the hijackers, and that proves that Al-Qaeda did 9/11. So those are the main points I would say there. Okay, the second question I will answer, it will be just very brief, but the second question I have is, are you open for the possibility that the other side may be correct? And the other side for me would be the truther side, and I am open to them being correct if the evidence shows. Okay, I'll try to answer also the last and third question I have about 9/11, and the third question would be, what do you feel is lacking in the 9/11 debate today? And my answer would be that I think that there's not enough new material today. There's a lot of old rehashed arguments from 2006 and previously, basically, from the truther side. So I think it's a bit old for the most part. It can be hard to renew, but some new material would be good. Also, I think we don't have enough chances to discuss between truthers and debunkers in a normal way, like in a normal debate or normal discussion, without having people being frustrated or making ad hominem attacks or so on. There's very few like public debates between normal people that are either debunkers or truthers, especially just normal debates where people don't yell at each other or become very angry. So I feel those things are lacking in the 9/11 debate perhaps the most, and it's a bit of a shame that we can't have a normal, sensible discussion between the two sides so that we can just present our strongest evidence for our position and compare it to the other side and see like which one seems to have the better argument, and not be bound by our sides, but just look at the arguments and see which side seems to have the better argument, and go from there. So those are my responses to my questions. So these are my responses to my 9/11 debate questions for